Well, Steve Greatwood, I mean, here we are right before the UC Davis game. A lot of chatter about actually your redshirt freshman class. 3 guys on the redshirt freshman class starting. Talk about those 3 guys and how they've achieved so much so fast.
Well, I mean, they've definitely earned it. Jake Hansen, we knew going in to this season should be as he was the leader at the center spot. Just based on his performance through last fall and the spring. We had some great competition inside, and it's going to be a rotation early on. Okay, I mean, nothing's set in stone right now, but those kids, Shane Lemieux, Cal Throckmorton, and obviously Jake, have all done, in my opinion, the best job, the most consistent job over the course of fall camp. So I feel they deserve it, but that doesn't count out a kid like Brady Aiello getting a lot of time. Zach Morgan's going to get a lot of time in there. So, I feel right now, going into the game anyhow, like I have some depth that I haven't had the luxury of having the last several seasons.
Yesterday, Mark said that he saw a lot of good leadership early on from Jake Hansen. What have you seen in that facet from the center?
Yeah, Jake is, he's not the most vocal guy, but again, he's a guy that knows his stuff and he works his tail off and he prepares very, very well. So I think he leads by, again, I know it's kind of cliche, but leads by example out there on the football field. He's not a rah-rah kind of guy, but he literally is a guy that takes it on his shoulders to make sure everybody's in the right spot and going the right way.
Even though he's a redshirt freshman, do you expect that from the center position?
I do, and I trust him, and he's earned my trust and the coaching staff's trust over his performance through the last 3 or 4 months.
Have you seen him and Prukop kind of gel a little bit over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe he's not only gelled with Dakota, but with all the quarterbacks, and with, again, the remaining 4 guys that I have out there too. I mean, he's done a good job of just doing his job and making sure that everybody is starting off on the right page.
Sometimes you see early on that there are struggles that youth is using as an excuse. Have you talked to your guys about that at all?
No, it's not. I have expectation levels of everybody, and going in, they knew that, hey, they were going to be demanded the same thing that I would, a 5th-year senior, and I think that they have performed. Now, do I expect a hiccup or 2 on Saturday? Absolutely, but what they've been demanded hasn't wavered a bit because of their youth.
Can you compare at all their development to this point to guys like John Stone and Rossi started as redshirt freshman, Crosby started as true freshman? Are they on par with that sort of development process?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe they are. In fact, maybe even more so just because of the depth we had and returning guys that we had. I think they probably had to compete even harder to earn those spots. When those other kids were starting as true freshmen, we just didn't have the depth that we do now. But they've managed, at least at this point in time, going into the game, to beat out some older, more experienced guys. So, I think that they have, like I said, earned the right to be out there on the field, at least to start the game on Saturday.
Is it tough at all to gauge this situation versus someone who maybe played a little bit as a true freshman and then now they're a sophomore versus a redshirt freshman who's been here a year but hasn't really played in the game?
Yeah, I think until they're actually out there on the football field, you just don't know. I mean, I hope that they just trust their preparation and relax, take a deep breath, and go. And but until you see them in that environment, you just, as a coach, you just kind of keep your fingers crossed, like I said, like that they will trust their preparation going into the game and let it all rip once the whistle blows.
What can you tell us about Crosby's status recently?
Just day to day right now, just waiting on the doctors and just day to day.
Coach, obviously, backup center can matter. You proved that last year. How are you comfortable with your depth at center right now?
Well, I've been working the heck out of about 5 guys at center right now. So Cameron's been taking snaps at center. Doug Brenner, I still have confidence in Doug. I mean, I know that things did not go well the second half of the TCU game last year, and I don't have an excuse or a reason for that, nor does Doug, but still have confidence in him. We have Zach Oken, once he gets cleared from which he will be shortly, and Davis Miyashiro Sapea. So we've got some 5 guys that have been snapping the ball on a regular basis, and I'm pleased with the consistency of our snaps thus far this fall.
I was going to ask